got me thinking about the Bush administration all over again, and I thought that was long, and I started getting pissed off all over again. Where
Right.
I guess it was at the UN, and they asked for it to be covered up.
Oh, that's Guernica. Yeah, Guernica. So, um, going back to critics of explaining art, Guernica is Picasso's one of Picasso's two or three masterpieces, the ones that everyone wants to talk about. And Guernica, to me, is one of the most powerful works of art of all time. It's really an anti-war statement is what it is. It's about, and I think I get people on my videos commenting, I didn't know it was about the Spanish Civil War. Okay, which is fair enough. Why should they? Why should they know what this? Some people don't even know the painting. Why should they? That's what I'm here for, to say this is the painting I love and this is why I love it. And it's about the Spanish Civil War. So it was, do you say his name? Colin Powell, right? Colin Powell.
Colin Powell, yeah.
Colin Powell, okay. So so the UN had a replica of the Guernica. And for those of you who don't know the painting, it's a painting about the Spanish Civil War, about the first carpet bombing by the Nazis of a small little village called Guernica in Spain. And it was done with the help of Hitler. And it was unannounced. They were civilians. And it was really the first time they were making a statement. The fascists were making a statement. And it's going to kick off one of the biggest civil wars in which great Americans like Hemingway were involved. It's a brilliant history. But if you don't know, I don't want people to watch a 15-minute video and come away saying, I know everything about the Spanish Civil War. But I do want them to come away and say, now I understand the Spanish Civil War is why it was created. That's all I want. I don't really want them. They don't have to understand the nuances. It's too complicated anyway. And then they had a replica at the UN. And when Colin Powell was announcing the war in Afghanistan, was it that announcement? Yeah.
Either that or Iraq.
No, Iraq. Sorry, you're right,
Yeah,
Iraq.
yeah.
Anyway, whatever, he was going there to announce going to war with a foreign body, and he was going to do it in front of this painting. And this painting, which was done in the 1930s, done 60 years before Colin Powell was standing in front of it, was considered too powerful, too much of an anti-war statement for him to make a declaration of war in front of. And so they censored it. They covered it with a big blue curtain so he could make his announcement. And to me, that says everything, that art can be powerful enough 50, 60, 100 years later to make a statement that people are afraid of.
Yeah, well, that's what strikes me. There's a couple of things about that fact, though, that I've been thinking about ever since that video came out. Is one, the Bush administration, Bush Junior administration, they're often talked about in the media as not being very bright, not really being cultured. There's a sort of redneck sort of
Yeah,
language that's used. But the fact that they were educated enough to know what that painting was
I
and to
don't think
demand that it be covered up,
I don't think they had a clue. I think
somebody there must have.
one of their advisors probably
And
did.
then also, what really gets to me though, and it kind of disenchants me, is that the UN obliged. I don't think they should have.
Yeah, well, this is where history steps in a little bit, because Colin Powell did not say, "I don't want that picture behind me when I make that announcement," because it's an anti-war statement. Colin Powell said it won't look good on TV because it's very busy. so, so the UN, who knew exactly why they were covering it up, had an excuse at least to cover it up. It's Colin Powell blamed TV companies for covering up that image, so which is actually quite funny. So, but can you imagine Picasso? What he must be over the moon that his work can mean something so much, that it needs to be censored.
I suppose it's a compliment.
Yeah, art has always been censored, and
Yeah.
and I'd say that artists and writers or people in the arts are some of the best people for getting around censorship. You know, Michelangelo, Leonardo, all of those people, they always manage to use art as an excuse to say bad things.